In this edition of SmartBites, Zulfikar Deen talks about what end users and management expect from the IT team. He is currently the Group CIO of Columbia Asia Group of Hospitals. What are the key expectations of business owners and end users?
Okay, let's start from probably end user. End user is, as I said, the solution is making their job easier or more productive or more efficient. This is not their primary job. So any solution which you are delivering to them, they expect to work 100%. There is no, the whole thought process of DevOps and my side of the view doesn't match. I can't have off-baked or DevOps, I got something working for you, let me know how it works, then I'll build it better for you. It doesn't work for me. When I'm taking to my solution to my end user, it has to be working 100%. If you have 10 features you planned out, if 3 of them working and 3 of them has to work 100%. There is no DevOps coming into picture. Absolutely not possible. So that's an expectation. Second is the end users are expecting and treating the whole solution as a black box. They don't differentiate between, it's an application, it's a front end, it is a network, it is a backup, nothing. It doesn't work, right? So we need to ensure that, the whole solution is looking at everything. You can't have a siloed view that, it's my solution, not like that, okay? If for example, if we are rolling out a partner solution to my end user or internal built solution, if it doesn't work, even if the reason is nothing related to the application, the users are going to say this application did not work, correct? So it's in the responsibility of the whole system, whether it is we and the partner, to ensure that this whole thing is tested and properly, taken a holistic view. Second, other aspect is as an IT organization, as CIO organization, when you are dealing with, when the partners are dealing with us, you cannot treat IT organization as your customer, because we are not your customers. We and the partner together are actually, we are servicing to a business, right? So you need to coordinate and work very well with us to meet the expectation of my business users. Many times they make a mistake. I've seen many partners treat IT organization as a customer. Actually, we are not. We are actually working on behalf of you, taking your solution to the end user. Okay, so you need to support us and empathize with our team. If you take a business side of it, and the primary reason any system is rolled out, it has to have a value in some form, right? Whether it is in a clinical, it has to do clinical quality has to improve, or it has to reduce my operational cost, right? Or make my people more productive. So there has to be some business benefit as such. And the problem before and after is, before we take up solution to businesses, I should be able to prove, or I should be able to at least articulate along with the partner's value, how this will help the business in these 3 parameters, whether it is clinical quality or a compliance. Sometimes compliance is critical. The GST, it has to be there, there's no other choice. So it could be compliance or clinical quality or operational efficiency or a revenue, right? Either one of them, I need to be able to prove it. And if not only you are proving it, the system should have the mechanism to show metrics around this, right? Many times that's a key piece I miss in many software, right? You got nice login system, right? Everything. The metrics of the system, whether it in terms of adoption, in terms of usage, in terms of even usability, in terms of business metrics, all the metrics should be baked into the system. So when I'm putting the system in place, when my business user asks me the question, how are we doing? What is our ROI happened in the last 1 year we have done this system? I shouldn't be scrambling, I got the system, people are using it, but I really don't know what is happening with that. I can't do it. Then I can't write some reports to figure out how the system is using. It has to be baked in the system. Okay, now, what's my adoption level? What's my business metrics of it? It has to be part of the system. So end users is about the solution, business user is about the adoption and the business metrics out of it. That's probably the expectations.
What are the management expectations from CIO and IT team?
No matter whether the end user organization is small or large, the challenges are same, right? I could be a large multinational, multi-billion corporation, but the challenges are very similar in terms of external, whether it's a security, adoption, consumer understanding, everything is challenge, delivery, timeline, quality, everything is remain same, whether it is small or large. The difficulty for a smaller organization, like where the IT team is slightly smaller, we don't have an army, we don't have a huge budget, to ensure that we still tackle the same challenges, number one, with a small and shoestring budgets, and at the same time bring in newer technology solutions into operations, make it more useful, more productive inside the operations. That is also critical. I can't, okay, fine, I don't have budget, doesn't mean I can just sit there and we will be left far behind. So you still have to adopt, you still have to invent, you still have to move at the same speed, but at the same time you don't have the comfort of a large budget. That is an important challenge. Second challenge is my business leaders are likely to have come across various sound bites from various different places. So you go to attend a meeting, they'll say, yay, blockchain, this, that, all stuff. Now our role is to make sure we distill it correctly and make sure that, this is useful, and not only useful, how useful in relation to our business, in relation to where we are in the business, right? And in relation to our readiness of our systems and people, and treading the right balance, ensuring that we don't fall too far behind. At the same time, we don't experiment too many things, and also we need to make sure what is the level of board and the top man CXO organization's ability to look at technology, whether you want to be a forerunner or you want to be you want to make sure everybody adopted, then we make sure we take lesser risk. So you need to understand what level of comfort the management has, and you have to play along that. Many times you will see people the CXOs falling in between, in that sense. Neither you want to be risk-taking forerunner or you want to be lag behind. So you need to watch for a technology shaping up. As soon as it's ready for usage in the system, then you start putting it into place. That's how I look into it.
How important is it for a QA person to be well versed with system deployment architecture?
Yes, extremely important, right? For example, same system, let's say we are delivering same system, and as an organization we decide to deploy in let's say cloud, fully cloud. It requires a completely different way of testing, ensuring the whole tooling works correctly, your logging, whatever is appropriate works correctly. If I decide to do hybrid for various reasons, nothing to do with your solution remains same, right? But as an internal decision making, we may have to make a decision based on, let's say, compliance. For example, as much as I wish to do that, in India, we could take the data into the cloud without really not much an issue, especially the data center is hosted here, but it may not be the case in other countries. So same solution I have to deploy differently in a different countries, which happens for us. And the testing has to be different. If it is hybrid, you are trying to work with the two different fidelity of system, where part of the system sits on premise, some of them on cloud, and how do you make sure the data is flows through properly and it is secured, and if it is entire system is deployed in one place, you may not worry about system security between two systems. Here, if it goes through public and private, then the testing has to be slightly different. If it is completely on-premise, then your deployment, your testing differs differently. And if I decide to use a part of, even in the cloud, if I decide to use I am using only infrastructure as service, your testing is different. But if I use a part of a service, let's say I use data factory from Azure, your testing has to be different because I'm using a service provided by the cloud in a different way, so I need to make sure it works. Or if I decide to use advanced service, like let's pick an example, Amazon SageMaker for machine learning. If I try to use it as part of a whole system, it can't be tested on premise, right? So how do you take that? So definitely a deployment architecture, you need to understand how we are planning to deploy, and the testing has to be appropriately done for that.